YouTube. Welcome back to our channel. It's episode 151. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. I had to look, make sure it was the right date. But welcome back. So we are here. This will probably be the second to last video before the retreat, the SCS retreat. So welcome back. Thanks for stopping by tonight. We have a lot to go over. We really don't have any retreat updates to talk about tonight, other than just make sure you're getting your finished piece stitched up, our hands-on design exclusive piece, and make sure you're getting your hotel booked. I know that those rooms are, the ability to book in that block is going to turn off here fairly quickly. So just make sure that you're doing that and just getting excited in general for the retreat, because it's going to be here in what, like 37 days? I think that's our countdown.
It's like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
5 weeks from this Thursday, people will be flying in.
So it's coming quickly. So we just hope that you're getting excited, and we are too, and we can't wait to see you all very, very soon. So that's the only update that we have for tonight. If you have any questions though, concerns, use that Facebook group that we have for the retreat attendees. If you're not in it, you do have to request access. It is a private group for attendees only. Just make sure you're going there for any up-to-date information, checking your emails, because we send out a lot of updates about that. If you want to do a pre-order with Janine, I believe that probably closes pretty soon. I can't remember what her email said. If you wanted to do a pre-order to pick up at the retreat, if not, don't worry. She's going to be bringing a ton of market pieces with her to sell during the retreat. So you don't have to do a pre-order if you don't want to. But if there's something that you really want, you can do that ahead of time. So just make sure you're checking your email. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out in Facebook or send us an email or DM us on Instagram. We're happy to answer any questions that you have about the retreat. Okay, so let's get into it. So Jodi, why don't you go first tonight? You're first on the rotation. What haul have you gotten lately?
I don't have any haul that I haven't used. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You're buying responsibly because then you're using it. So
I know. I'm also waiting for the retreat because there's a lot of stuff. I've been seeing like market releases and all these new patterns. And so I'm getting excited for that.
There are some really good designs this year.
I know. Really good.
And Erin, to go along with your chickens, which I know that you're going to show probably because you've started working on your chickens from Satsuma Street, she did come out with like fancy birds that have like...
Are they the triangles?
They're the same as the chickens, but they're fancy birds. They look like tropical birds. Dead, right? Yeah.
How big are we talking, Erin?
I'll show you in a little bit. It's pretty big.
Do you remember I took that picture at the Stitch Day and it was like
full?
I know. So like when it folds up, is it like handheld?
Yeah.
This big?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not giant, but it's not like teeny tiny. It's like a decent size.
We'll see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. But anyway, there's a ton of really cool designs coming out. So I agree. Okay, do you have any no stitchy haul, no stitchy kindness, no haul other than the show? No. Okay. Erin, what about you?
Okay, I took one very sad last trip to Joann Fabrics. And I'm saying it's my last trip there very sincerely. You can only buy the yards now of fabric, and they're not even like that discounted, which is insane to me.
That is insane.
So like I only need a half at most or a quarter, and you can only buy a yard, and it's barely on sale. So I got these, but I was like, I'm not doing that again. Like, it's just not worth it. So I got a few fabrics. Look at how cute this apple one is.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
This one with the flamingos. I used this one and I used this one, and I'll show you what I used them on.
Ooh.
I went there today and it was like pathetic. Like it was so bad. Just like the shelves are empty. It was packed. Like the parking lot was packed. And people were just buying shit. Like
Yeah.
just to buy because it's going away. So like
I just can't believe it. It's an end of an era. I mean, Joann's has been around my whole life.
I
Right, my whole
know.
life. I remember going there as a kid, very specifically, because that's where you went to get fabric.
Hmm.
I didn't have as much crafting stuff back then, but that's where you got your fabric. So now we'll start exploring options.
Yeah, I know there's some good independent places in Pittsburgh, like you said, Firecracker Fabrics, which, you know, I've followed them on Instagram for a while. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you have some other suggestions for where to get fabric and craft supplies that it's not Hobby Lobby or Michael's, because even our Michael's around here, like the one in Robinson, it stinks. It's the worst. I just would
I'll
rather
say the one in Moon is pretty boss. You've got to go to the new one in Moon. It's so clean and like well done in there. That's why I think I'm not bummed. Because I'm like, well, I got Michael's, so it's not like I don't have a craft store.
Well, and the Michaels and Robinson doesn't ever have a good supply of yarn. Like their yarn selection is the worst. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed,
And
totally.
Joann's always, I mean, the Joann's and Robinson had the biggest yarn selection on the planet. Like there was never a time. I mean, they had multiple aisles and then all over the place, they would just have like yarn and stuff squirreled away. But our Michael's is kind of crappy. So I'm gonna have to check out the one in Moon. But if you have suggestions in the Pittsburgh area for like independent fabric stores and things like that, let us know. Like we'd love to support small business. And a lot of times they carry some really cool stuff that you can't find at like a, you know, a
Firecrackers is cool and you'll like it. It's just really small. Like there's like a wall, you know, of like bolts and then like a couple things in the middle and that's kind of it. But they have really cool designs. Like I remember seeing some really cute stuff.
Awesome.
Oh, you know, just for my finishes.
Right.
Yeah. So we don't need a lot. You know, you only need like a fat quarter or whatever, you know, for a small finish, like a flat fold or something. But yeah, let us know if you have anywhere. Okay, what else did you get?
So Jodi surprised us with this really cute Valentine's Day set, which I haven't busted into because I've been waiting for the video, but I'm gonna eat these all tonight. Thank you, Jodi.
I've already been drinking out of my cup every morning, and Jay knows not to put it in the dishwasher because I'm afraid it's gonna like screw up the iridescence.
Oh yeah, such a
Oh.
pretty
He hand washed me, but yeah.
hand wash. And then it was Valentine's Day, so my husband and I, this is non-stitching related, but I thought that it was fun. He got me these Taskmaster card game when he was in London, and he also got me my favorite chocolates from my favorite chocolate store.
Ooh.
I think there's one in Florida, I know for sure, at the Mall of Millennia, which wasn't there when we used to go there because it took over Godiva. And I think there's one in like New York and Chicago. So you can get these in the US. It's just when he goes to London, I know there's one there. So I make him go
Mhm.
and get it. It's so fun, you guys. This box already gone.
You just saved the box for the video. I love it.
Pretty much. Look at, there's like 5 left out of the whole box. They're truffles.
Nice.
And I am not cherry. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but like I'm gonna eat the good stuff. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. That is all of my purchases.
Okay. I have a couple of things. First of all, just want to give a shout out to 7-Up, the sugar-free Shirley Temple. If you have not tried this and you were a fan of Shirley Temple's growing up, which I was, they do make a sugar version, but the zero sugar one is bomb.com. So there you go.
The sugar too.
The sugar one, you know, it's just like, I don't know what it's in it, but it's pomegranate.
I don't like the stevia, but like I can like some sugar substitutes I can do.
Let's see here. It is, let's see.
Sounds good though.
No, it's like, oh, aspartame. It's aspartame.
I can't do that one. But I will try the sugar one.
I do have them here at the house, so we'll have to remember that for when you come over, because I did splurge and buy both. So just in case. So next time you come over, I will get you a regular Shirley Temple. I got a couple of things. So I went to Iowa this past weekend for a knitting retreat with our friend Sarah, Big Red Human Crafter on Instagram. You know her, you love her, so do we. But we went to a knitting retreat. I don't knit, but I do crochet. She does both. But it was also one of those events that you could have easily cross-stitched if you wanted to. But I'll show you what we're working on when we get to whips. And that's kind of what occupied my time all weekend. I did take cross-stitch projects and I didn't touch them the entire time. So I just hauled them to Iowa and back because I'm an idiot. Anyway, so Larry, for some of you that know Larry, he is Sarah's husband. He was at the retreat last year. We love Larry, but he does 3D printing. So if you remember, he 3D printed me a dragon yarn bowl after I dropped the yarn bowl that Jay bought for me at Joann's. And then he 3D printed this, it's a crochet hook holder, okay? So it looks like a yarn.
That's so cool.
And it unscrews, and then it holds all of your crochet hooks. Right?
Oh, that's
Yeah. So this was amazing. So I was surprised with this whenever I got there. And
that's so cool.
It's so cool. And then Sarah ended up getting me something that is not PG. So I will not show it on the channel, but I will show the girls whenever I see them. But thank you, Sarah. And then because that's just how Sarah is. And then we got goodie bags at the retreat. You know, it's just like a cross-stitch retreat. And this kind of blew my mind because the retreat had vendors. So the first night we were there, they had a bunch of yarn vendors, which the yarn is really not conducive for crocheting because you need so much yarn when you crochet. So a lot of the skeins are more for knitters, which understandable. Plus, if you needed to buy enough to crochet a blanket or something like that, you would be in it for like $600 by the time you buy all the yarn. But in the goodie bag, they did give us 2 skeins of yarn. So look how pretty those colors are. So I will have to find like a smaller crochet project to use for these ones, but everyone got 2 skeins of yarns. These retail for like, they were selling these for like $36 a piece. And we got 2 of these in our goodie bag. So crazy. Then we got, you know, like little beads and buttons and like little tchotchke type things. But the one thing that I did think was really cool was this little container, which looks like a pill container. And I think that's initially what it's supposed to be, but it holds all of your stitch markers. So you put your little, for crocheting or knitting, you put your stitch markers in. So I did buy some because I wasn't buying yarn, but I felt like, you know, I had to buy something. But some of these little stitch markers that I bought that you can use for crochet, I bought these little teacups. And it comes with a teacup and a saucer. Hold on, you'll shit. And they actually
shut up.
on top of each other. Yeah, there's another cup too, but they sit on the little saucer. And this lady handmade them. So I was like, this is the coolest thing. And then I got these little mushrooms. Got these little mushrooms. And they were all different colors.
Cute.
And then Sarah ended up gifting me this one, which matches my sweatshirt that Jodi made us with that has shirt and the ribbon, which I did actually wear on the way home. And someone asked me if I worked in radiology because he really liked the sweatshirt. He's like, I just have to ask, do you work in radiology because you have like a thorax basically on your shirt? And I said, no, it's for cross stitch. The heart is actually a cross stitch heart. And he's like, oh, well, I'm a radiologist. So he's like, I just really like the sweatshirt. So I was like, well, I know where you can find one. But this was like a really cool little thing too. So I was excited about that.
Imagine being a radiologist that cross stitches. Jodi, you need to start hitting up the hospitals, baby.
He was like the nicest guy. He was just like, I was just curious because I just really like, you know, the rib cage, but
Good rib cage.
I was like, well, I can hook you up with that. So anyway, there are some other things. I ended up leaving a lot of stuff behind just because I was hauling it all the way back, and I did bring some stuff home for Jodi, but I won't show that until I see her later this week, so I can actually give it to her in person. Because I did grab her goodie bag. Jodi was supposed to come with us. Unfortunately, something came up. She couldn't come, but I was like, hey, I need Jodi's bag of goodies. And Sarah also.
She said it's okay.
Yeah, and I also have some stuff from Sarah that I need to give you as well. So she was like, here, take all of this home for Jodi. And I'm like, bitch, I don't have room. I was like, I could barely close my suitcase on the way home. But it was a really good trip. So we're excited to see Sarah and Larry in April. They're coming out early. They help us with the retreat. So if you haven't met them yet, you will meet them this year. So we're excited to see them soon. So love you guys. Thank you. All right. That is all I have for haul and stitchy kindness. So let's get into finishes, shall we? Jode, what you got?
I do have a finish. Finally, I haven't had a finish in so long.
No, this is weird that you haven't had one.
Weird. I know. I actually have two finishes, but one of them I'm going to show later because it's like it's a partial finish. So I did this Bent Creek guy, which I know you guys have both done. So a couple weeks ago, we got together and went through each other's patterns. And since you guys had both done this, I grabbed it. I just think it's so cute. And I did it on this blue fabric. And I still haven't taken it out of my Q-snap, but I'm going to need to because I need my Q-snap for something else now. So, but that's my finish. I haven't FFO'd it yet. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but you know what? I don't have a flat fold that's a very recent flat fold. So Erin, I might give this to you to flat fold for me.
I'll flat fold that up. When I see that, that's all I see is a flat fold.
Me too. Me too. That's what I was thinking. Like, what would and you know what? I haven't done a finish on regular fabric in so long. So like, I don't even know. So
that's flat.
I'll do it.
Perfect.
That's like screaming flat fold, right?
100%. Yes. Yeah. I've got the perfect fabric for it too. So just give that.
And I'd like for it to open
the right way.
Oh, geez, we lost her.
As she's throwing shade at you.
I know. As you're throwing shade at me, you fucking disappear. Like
I disappeared. I was gonna say I'd like for it to open on the bottom, so I'm gonna give it to Erin.
I only did that once.
You did it.
But it was inexcusable. It really was.
It was real bad.
And then what makes it even worse is I was like, nah.
I know. It was so fixable.
You could fix it.
Nah.
All right, Erin, I will bring this to you next weekend.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Welcome. No problem.
I just know if I try to do it myself, I won't do it.
I totally get that. Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
That's all I have for finishes.
You can't show the other one yet.
Yeah, the other one I'll show because I'm not. It's a finish, but it's partial.
Partial, yeah. Okay. All right, Erin, what do you have for finishes?
Okay, well, January took 8,000 days for us to get through, but February has blown by like that.
Yeah.
So with that comes my next monthly stitch. My next Hello pattern is coming out. So this was March, which has already been released and is available on my Etsy. But it is now time to release Hello April on Saturday.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
And while I was at it, because the retreat's coming up, I've gotten May and June finished, and I could keep them a secret, but why? So I'm just going to show them. Here's Hello May.
Oh, that's
And if
real
you're-
cute. Wait, is that a flamingo?
There is a flamingo. Look at his little hat, or her little hat, I guess.
Oh, that's real cute.
I love the stack of books and like that little motif in the corner, like the flowery.
Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that one.
Well, June is my favorite. Here's Hello June, because the colors of June. Yeah.
100%.
Everything that I love in the world. And I
yes.
got it's not a cool of a print as I could find for the back, but yeah.
Great.
Hello June, I cannot wait to release.
I
So
love
if
it.
you're coming to the retreat, I will have actual paper copies of all of these available at the retreat for $5 each. But I only made 25. Like, they cost me money to print, and they're not the cheapest thing. So I'm only at 25 of each. So if you want them, come up early and try to snag them before they go. I'll have January through June available. Also, they're also available on Etsy. So if you're not coming to the retreat and you just want to get the patterns, Hello April will be available on Saturday on Etsy.
Awesome.
I'm very excited about. Okay, these are, while I'm thinking about it too, kittens, the celebration patterns are still available on Etsy or the Google link. But if you're coming to the retreat, I sent an email out with a special link. You can order, these patterns are available, and then 10 of my spring patterns that I don't even know if I'm ever going to release, but I at least won't be doing that for a while. They're only available to people coming to the retreat. That link is in the email, and I think I put it on the Facebook page. I think I did.
I feel like you did.
I am not going to be selling tins at the retreat. It's too much. Like, there's so much other stuff going on. I don't want to be stuck to my printer and I don't want to be doing that. So if you want to buy a kitten, you're going to have to pre-order it, or you'll order it and get it in the mail after the retreat. I'm not going to sell them at the retreat. I'm sorry if that's a disappointment to anybody, but I want to enjoy and have fun. And I felt very tied to the desk last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But I do have a fun plan for selling some of my older patterns. Like the little for $1 patterns. You'll see when you get there, but I have a fun plan for that, and I hope people like that. So bring cash. What I'd say.
Bring cash. Also, we're going to have our donation station again. So I know a lot of people last year were disappointed because they didn't have cash with them. We will collect money for a local animal rescue. But just like we did last year, we raised a shit ton of money, and it was amazing. We will be showing our appreciation with our popcorn machine and candy and all kinds of fun stuff for you guys. So bring cash for that. And also, when we have our apparel extras open for sale, there will be an electronic option to pay, but if you have cash, you're going to get through much faster, and your chances of getting what you want from the table will be much higher if you have cash, because you'll just kind of fly through. So
Yeah, we have two
bring
separate.
cash.
Yeah, cash line and PayPal Venmo line. Cash line is going to go faster. So like Jodi said, bring cash, but you also need it for all the other fun stuff. We also have temporary tattoos obviously you don't need to donate money, but we always appreciate the donation. If you want to take bags of candy and, the popcorn, it's all there. It's not that we're going to say, no, you don't get it if you don't donate, but some people
It's for the animals.
It's for the animals. So just bring a couple bucks and just throw it in the bin. And then you can
old needle minders from some of my older tin boxes, the extra needle minders. I'll have those available for donation as well.
Yes. So we have a lot of fun stuff. So just bring some cash with you. Yes. All right, good. Erin, any other finishes or anything else to discuss there?
I'm pulling out stuff for spring. So I thought I would show a couple of my older patterns that I hadn't shown in a while, but this is the Gobble Couple.
Yes. Love it.
Go out.
Oh, I like that fabric on the back.
Oh, thank you. This one is a
Yeah.
Why can't I think of her name?
Barbara Anna.
Thank you, Barbara Anna. That I did a long time ago. It used to light up. I don't think it does anymore.
Oh my God, Erin, it's so big.
Light up anymore. I have to put new batteries in it. It's really big, but it's so pretty, and I like to bring it out for
is.
so wintry and
Yeah.
like when it comes out. And then this one I bring out at the spring, even though it's for all seasons.
I
This is
remember
a-
when you finished that.
Me too.
It's so pretty. It's a giant flat fold.
It's giant.
It's so cool though.
It has so much detail in it. I love her design, and the colors that she used for each season are so perfect.
I can't even pick which one I like the most. I mean, that fall one is amazing, but all of them are so good.
I just always wish it's fall, so that's probably why I'm drawn to it. But they're all so cute. She did so good. She did a good job with the design.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, those are old finishes, but I thought I'd show them before I put them out.
That's tiny. It was Tiny Modernist, right? For the seasons.
It was a monthly stitch too. It was like one of those stitch alongs.
Yeah. A lot of
Kinda
people stitched it out, in fact. So they didn't do it during the SAL, but they did it after the fact. So I think a lot of people are still working on it. I know our friend Katie, I don't know if she ever finished hers or not.
Yeah, she used to send me updates. I haven't gotten an update from her in a while. She was doing it on one of my green fabrics and it looked so, it's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I should message her and get an update.
Full coverage, each of those pieces. So it takes a long time, but I think I kept up with it. I think it took me about a year to do it, but that's just because that's how she released it.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when you did that. That was so long ago.
I know. I think Ellie was still in my belly. Like it was a long time ago.
Yeah. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing this since 2018. So yeah. And I feel like you started it probably pre-pandemic, maybe?
Definitely pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Ellie's 5. So
2019, she was born.
yeah. Yeah. So it was at least 2019, maybe end of 2018. So yeah. Long time ago, guys.
Here we are.
Still have whips from our very first video. I should go back, get through the cringe of watching us on our very first video and go back and see which ones I still actually have whips for. I guarantee that I still have some.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So, or I ended up UFOing them and just being done with them. But
I got rid of a lot of stuff.
yeah, a lot of stuff. Same. All right, I had just a couple of finishes. So I'm doing the 25 and 2025 goal for this year. And I am on, I think I've finished so far. Let me just double check. So I've had 6 finishes so far. I feel like that's pretty good for it being February. And I do have one when we get to whips that I'm very close on. And I'm bound and determined to have it finished before the end of the week, just so I can have another one for February and keep the momentum going. But I did finish. I don't want to show, I can't remember if I showed this one on our last video. I don't think I did. I'm going to show it anyway. I don't think we had a video before then. I can't remember. But I finished the Frosty Tiny Town. And I also finished Halloween Tiny Town. I finished this one at a stitch day that I went to 2 days before my birthday. And I stitched with our friend Allie. And I was getting my stuff ready the night before. And I was like, I'm going to take a whip to work on just because it's always a good thing to work on at a stitch day like that. And I was so close to being finished with this one. So I grabbed it. And I ended up finishing it there at the retreat. So I'll show you the Frosty Tiny Town first. So it's a little hard to see on this fabric, and I apologize if I showed it on the last video, but
it's teeny, teeny, tiny.
It's teeny.
The tiniest of towns.
This is 40 count. This is a Fortnite fabric. I think it's called Winter Frost by Fortnite Fabrics. I've had this for years. I don't even know if they still dye fabric or not. But I've had this for quite a while. So finished it on here. And then I also did gotten so many comments about this fabric, and it is beautiful. So Be Stitch Me, this was from a monthly subscription fabric box that I was doing with Be Stitch Me probably 4 years ago at this point. And I don't remember what the name of it is. It is a 40 count, but it's this beautiful green.
Such a cool choice for Halloween.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I also stitched the Liz Matthews Sleep Hollow on the same piece of fabric. So this fabric has really gotten around. So when we get to the end of the show, we'll talk about giveaways, but I do have a surprise to go along with that. But these were my 2 tiny town finishes. I love these patterns. These are from Heart and Hand. I feel like I have most of them. I know she came out with another one for market this year. It is religious, so I'm not going to be stitching it, but all of her stuff is super cute. And I think that I have most of them at this point, but I do feel like I need to collect them all. And then the other one that I finished is called Robin's Egg. And this one was from the 2024 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Spring magazine. So I'll just hold it up if you can get a good look. And I just thought, well, this will be a really quick little finish, right? It's just two little robin's eggs in a nest. And she finished it in a little round. So I tried to replicate finishing it in a round, and I've realized that I can't finish in a round to save my life, but I put it.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Looks so good.
I got this at a stitch day. It comes with a little.
I remember when you bought that. It has like a sponge inside.
Yes.
Somebody died and all of her shit was at the stitch day.
And I was like, yes, we'll take this. It was like $2 or something.
Yes.
And so it already had like the spongy pin cushion in it. So all you have to do is wrap your fabric around it and then pop it in this little wooden tray.
Bob's your uncle.
But my problem is I can't finish well inside of a circle, but it works, right? It works. So
great.
It's very lopsided and lumpy. So I just keep like shoving it in, and then I glued it. I glued like magnets on the bottom and then put magnets in because I was like, well, what if I don't want to keep this in here forever? Or like I want to switch it out. I'm never going to switch it out. I'm never going to do that.
You're not touching that thing ever again.
Well, then the magnets weren't strong enough to like hold it down. So like as it was drying, then I had to put like something super heavy on it. So when it was like all smushed, it just looked like shit. I'm not gonna lie. Jason thought it was an amoeba. So he was like, why did you stitch like a cell, like an amoeba? Like, I was like, it's a freaking nest with eggs in it. So anyway, there's that finish.
I mean, you're not selling it, is all I'm saying.
I'm not, no, because it's garbage. I'm not selling it at all. No, it's embarrassing. I'm just gonna like keep shoving it with my fingers and.
Not embarrassing. No, that's the video you need to go look at. Go look at 5 years ago what FFOs we were coming up with. That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Every time I do this, I'm just like, why do I do this to myself? I hate finishing things. I feel like I suck at it. If it's not a flat fold, I can't even do a flat fold right half the time. Obviously, I put them on sideways.
I was just gonna say, you can't even, that doesn't even count.
I'm done with the finishing. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just gonna pay someone to do it. So there we go. All right. So those are my finishes. Speaking of finish, well, this one was just sitting here. Here's another tiny town. That's the little Christmas one. That one's on 56 count though.
That's the tiniest of towns.
This is the tiniest of towns. Look at the size difference.
Oh yeah. You think your town is tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. But this was a little Christmas one. Hey, I did actually finish this. Nope, I didn't. Look, I didn't put the thing. I didn't put the piece at all. So
with you.
So I don't know what to say about that one. It won't stand up.
I wonder why. That's so weird.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it won't hold together. Oh, okay. So anyway, those are my finishes.
She said, this one I did finish. Oh, look, no, I didn't.
Not well. Not well. I got 90% of the way there. I just couldn't.
Couldn't bring it home.
People probably think I do this shit on purpose. I don't.
favorite thing is that you taught me how to flat fold. Like,
I know.
you
I know.
I do flat fold.
I know. I'm a great teacher. I'm just not a good, follower of my own teachings. Oh, okay.
Ay, ay, ay.
So anyway, okay. Whip, shall we? Jodi, what do you have for whips?
Well, I have my yarn whips, so I couldn't go to this yarn retreat, but I felt very committed to doing a yarn craft. I couldn't go.
She did.
So Kristen and Sarah started this project called Mosaic Crochet or Mosaic Overlay Crochet. And when they first told me about it, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's not possible. Like, you can't crochet like that. And they were both like, the fuck we can. So they started this project, and I got progress pics throughout the weekend. So I decided that I was going to go and figure out how to do it. And I couldn't. And I lost like 2 days of my life trying to figure this out. So I'm not going to show you mine yet because I want Chris to show hers because I want you guys to see what it's supposed to look like. And then I will tell you about my overlay mosaic crochet journey.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, Erin, what do you have whip-wise?
I am actually stitching somebody else's pattern. I got real inspired to start the Funky Chickens. So this is the pattern, in case you don't know it, Satsuma Street. We went through, we debated which one I'm gonna do. I'm doing the rooster, who on the bottom will say, guess what, chicken butt. Very excited for that part.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it looks like so far. So this is half of it right here. And then there will be a whole other half that looks just like this.
Okay. Oof, that's big.
It's big. Look how pretty the colors are coming out though.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's awesome. I'm just interested to see how this all just.
Me too. I did
So
buy.
there's no like cutting or anything. This is all one piece that's gonna fold up into a
Triangle.
There are 3 pages of directions. I do have to sew it together. But yeah, I don't think you cut anything, but it will have to be sewn together. And then I had to buy felt. I got the felt pieces
For the
yeah. And they give you the stuff to cut those out so I can measure and. Did you say for this?
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm gonna give it a shot. Just because I'm trying doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Oh, you'll do it. You'll do it.
Listen, I never thought I could figure out how to do a B-score new, and I figured out how to sew that. And I can't.
And those are really easy. Those seem complicated, but they're super easy. I mean, it's kind of like, you'll do it.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is like. It's like that, but I don't know what goes in the middle. I kind of forgot about the fact that I'd have to like stuff it with something.
Well, I have walnut.
Yeah, do the walnut shells to make it heavy.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's on the bottom, and then fill the rest with stuffing, and then it'll sit.
Stuffing.
It won't tip over. So
right now I just am doing the stitching part, and I'll get that done.
I have some of that walnut shell stuff if you want.
Fine. I definitely will want. Yes, please. Yeah.
Time supply.
I totally started stitching it the wrong way and got this much done and had to rip it all out and then start again. So it was a great start to the whole thing. But and And it's just on a white linen.
Yeah.
Hey, my shirt should inspire you. Your speed doesn't matter. Forward is forward.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving.
Progress is progress.
By the way, this is my February hat project. So if you want to donate some money and get a cute sweatshirt, go to my website.
Mm-hmm. And everything's linked below. Erin's stuff is linked below. Jodi's website's linked below in the description box. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Erin, is that what you have for whips?
Yeah, I want to see your crochet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have 2 cross stitch whips right now. The first one is Hello March by yours
Hey.
truly, Erin. Yeah. And here is my progress. I am
Oh, I
stitching.
like your fabric choice.
Yeah. So this is a pink Jodi fabric. This is a 32 count pink fabric. So I'm doing them all on 32 as much as I can because I want all of them to be finished the same size because I want to put them all like in a box and then I can just be like, oh, here's January, oh, here's February. So yeah, I picked the pink because I thought the green and stuff really popped, and there's a lot of green in the March pattern. So working on that. I should have that one done very soon. I probably won't have it done before the beginning of March, but I will have it done sometime in the month of March so I can stay on track for that. And then the other one that I'm stitching right now was another quick little just pull and work on some spring stuff. So you all know I love Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. I am a stan. I just renewed my subscription for another 2 years. And so this, I'm anxiously awaiting March because the 2025 spring edition comes out. So I'm like, can't wait to see what the patterns are. But I keep going back to older editions because of course you have access to that when you buy the subscription. And so my 2024 spring Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine pattern is called Carrots Away, and it's by Sugar Maple Designs. And it's a little bunny, and he's in an airplane, and he's dropping carrots out the back. And I am stitching this on a 56.
I
And
love that.
It's that big?
yeah, it's not a lot of stitches though. It's only 89 by 57.
Oh,
So
it seems so big for that size. That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, you know, compared to my
Not
hand.
really when you put your hand next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tiny. But I'm not going to do the border on it. I'm just going to do I just have I have like one more cloud left to do and then finish the carrots. And I'm done. So I think I can finish this before the end of the month. But anyway, those are my cross stitch whips.
Who designed that?
Sugar Maple Designs.
It's so cute. I like that.
Whitley Quimby of Sugar Maple Designs. So super cute. Okay, so let's get into this big one. All right, I know this is a cross stitch channel, but technically it's a craft channel too. Jodi and I dabble in crochet every now and then, and mosaic crochet was something that I could not figure out on my own. And being with Sarah over the weekend, we decided to start our mosaic crochet pattern together. Sarah is a wonderful patient teacher. She has more patience than I ever will possess. And she had the patience of a saint when it came to teaching me how to do this. Now, if you already have the basics of how to do crochet, it's really not that difficult once you get rolling. And really, it's only single crochet and double crochet. It's just where you stitch it, you know, like how many single crochets, double crochets, whatever. So it's not super complicated. And if you are a cross stitcher and you're used to reading a pattern, like you can do this. So it's a pattern. So you have like a pattern that shows you do so many single crochets, so many double crochets, and you stitch all of the rows one at a time. So you cut off the thread on either end. So you have fringe on either end. So let me show you the pattern first, just so you can see the size of this thing and the intricacy of it, because it is really, really cool. Okay, so this one
You don't have tails because it's just one line and then you cut it.
Yes. So then at the end, you can either create like an envelope border that holds all of your fringe, or you can fringe it. You can tie the fringes together and you can make like a fringy blanket if you wanted to. So you can do whatever you want with the ends. So this is called The Craft. It is a witchcraft inspired design, and it is from Get Your YER Hook On, and it's on Etsy. And it is an overlay mosaic crochet pattern. And here is what it will look like. Okay.
It's insane.
A little intimidating when you first look at it, but once you get going, it's really not that hard. You do it one row at a time. So let me try to like hold it up so that you can see it. But I've finished 50. I'm going on to the 50th row. So
Oh my God.
it is.
Oh, it's so stinking cool. I can't get over it.
So your variegated floss, you're just pulling as it comes off the skein.
Yes. I did not
It's
separate
coming
my
out here
variegated
pretty.
floss. So like this variegation is just how it's coming out of the skein. So Sarah chose to separate all of her colors, and then she did the math, because of course she did, to figure out like, okay, I have a ball that's this big and I can do 5 rows. And then after that 5 rows, I'm going to do 10 rows of the next one. I'm like, that is too complicated for me. I'm just going to play the variegation card and see how it turns out. And I think it's turning out freaking awesome.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
just skeins of variegated floss. Like you just pick whatever
How
variegated.
many skeins is that going to take?
Well, it's 3 cakes of variegated yarn and like 6 or 7 like smaller skeins of just black.
Black. Okay.
Yeah. But then you can see the fringe on the ends, because once you stitch the row, then you cut off the tail, and then you go back to the beginning and you start and you stitch. And there's a ton of YouTube tutorials if you're ever interested in doing this. But now that I know
every single one of them.
Yeah, and sometimes it just helps, like if you do it with someone who knows how to do this, because it is very intimidating when you're just looking at the pattern. But look at that little snail. Isn't he so
Kristen, it's so good.
Thank you. I
I,
can't wait for you to see it in person. And then this is what the back looks like.
I can't wait to see it in person.
So, I mean,
It looks good.
it doesn't look terrible on the back, right? I just
Oh,
have
that
one.
looks good.
Yeah. So, and it's so funny because when I look at the back up close, I did not know that the pattern was visible on the back.
Yeah,
So-
I'm trying to look at the back of mine right now, and I'm like, oh my God, now I see it.
I know. I was like, oh shit, holding it up in the camera. I'm like, there it is. So
Wow.
this is really fun. I'm really excited to keep going with this. And I will bring it to the retreat for those of you that are coming, because I want to work on it that weekend too. So yeah, this is it.
It is not as relaxing as crocheting just a blanket, because you're reading a pattern and
Correct.
all of that good stuff, but I think it goes fast.
It does go fast. I mean, I started it on Friday, and like I said, I stitched it pretty much like Friday evening, all day Saturday, and just a tiny bit yesterday or Sunday. But anyway, it does go fast, and once you get the hang of it, it does really fly. But if you screw it up, you have to pull out all of the rows where, so if you screw up right here, you have to back up all of those rows to fix that and then fix it. So that's what I did on Saturday. I screwed it up in 2 different places. I had to pull out like 8 different rows. And so I spent like 2.5 hours just fixing a mistake. But now I'm much more cautious about how I count, because I don't want to do that again. But anyway, that's the blanket. So Jodi, show yours, because today was the day that you figured it out.
So for 2 days, I've been trying to figure this out. And Sarah, my God, like you said, saint, was trying to walk me through the steps of the pattern and what I need to do via text while we were both like working. So I tried it the first time. It looked like absolute dog shit. And I was like, something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I pulled it out and I tried it again, and it looked even worse. So we collectively between the three of us decided I need thinner yarn. So off I went to Joann's today, which is why I was there, to get thinner yarn. Well, I got home and I decided I was going to watch one more video before I give this another shot. And the video that I watched made me realize that I don't do crochet properly. Like, I just make up stitches. So I didn't know that I wasn't doing a real double crochet. Like, I was just winging it. So once I figured out that I needed to do a real double crochet and what that meant, then it worked. So I finally got it to work on this thin ass yarn. So this was the pattern that I tried so many, like, this looks like absolute ass. But I finally got it to work on this yarn. Okay. Now, when I went to go buy this yarn, I was like, I need thin. It's not going to work unless it's thin. So this is like toilet paper. Okay.
It's the thinnest of thins.
It's so bad. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? It's like, it
looks
can't be
awesome.
like a blanket. Like, it's terrible. But I realized that my stitches actually, like, it's working, right?
Mhm.
Like, I can get it to work. So I was like, well, if I can get this to work, then if I go back to my thicker yarn, then now that I know what I'm doing, I can get it to work. And by God, I got it to work.
Look at that crab.
So I did this little crab. It's tiny. It's only, I think, Kristen, you said your blanket was like 185 long.
Yeah.
This is 26.
Jodi, it's like a pot holder.
Well, okay, so here's what I'm going to do with it. Yes, I thought about that. But here's what and also.
Yeah, like you can see the pattern on the back.
Yeah, I had no idea. I think what I'm going to do is I got yarn in a darker blue and a white. So I'm going to do the same pattern in 4 different combinations, like Andy Warhol style, and then sew them together and make it a pillow.
I love it.
Yes.
This took me today. That's it. Like, this was like a couple of hours. Like, it's not a lot of time.
Yeah. And it looks awesome. Like, I'm obsessed with mosaic crochet. Like, I want to make, if you go on Etsy and you just type in mosaic crochet patterns, it'll blow your mind. The intricacy of what they look. I mean, like that witchcraft one is like, I mean, it's insane. But once
There's
you start
like full on like Scandinavian winter scenes.
Yeah.
There's like
there's
Disney characters.
Yeah.
It's insane. You can crochet anything. Like, who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So
it's so much fun.
I know. So I think I'm gonna do 3 more crabs and then I'll get rid of my fringe because I'm gonna sew them together. And then for the back, I'll just do like maybe just like straight across crochet, or maybe I'll just do like a piece of like fleece.
I would just do a very thin backer because you're going to make it into a pillow anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
not to do anything.
Yeah, you don't technically need to do anything. You could just kind of like tuck the tails in, and then when you make the pillow, like you're going to sandwich it front side.
Right.
So
And I'm talking about the back of the pillow.
Yeah, but the back of the pillow is going to be fabric.
Right. I think I'm just going to do fabric.
Yeah, like do like a fleece or something.
Yeah.
Fleece is a good idea.
Yeah.
Really cute nautical piece.
Or maybe I'll do 2 and 2 and do it long, like a long pillow.
Oh yeah, you could do like a
That's
what would
a
be
good idea.
like an 8 by 15 or something. I don't remember what the sizes are. You know, like a long skinny pillow.
Yes.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Love it. Love it.
So thanks for the inspo.
We were gonna do it all in person, but I was like, well, just we'll show Jodi what we're doing, and then obviously we're going to be together in April. So if Jodi's more ambitious to start a bigger project, then we can all.
Well, now that I know what a double crochet is, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's fun. So I can't wait to show you guys updates, and I'll post some pictures on Instagram as I go, but I've been hesitant to post any updates lately because I want to get some more progress done. But Sarah catches up because she's an hour behind, plus she stays up until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, I have to bust out. Hers is caught up. So she's going to put in like 4 hours tonight when she gets home. And then she's going to be even more caught up. So I feel like she's always going to be ahead of me, but it's fine. But hers is really pretty. I can actually show you a picture of.
Right.
Your speed doesn't matter, Kristen. Forward is forward.
So hers is the top one. So she actually, our variegated yarns are a little bit different in color, but she actually separated out all of hers. So that's why her blocks of color are much bigger. So they're going to be like way more defined, and it's not going to be as, short variegation than mine.
I get to see hers in person too.
But I was like, I am not about to sit here and separate balls of yarn. Like she has like little individual colors of yarn. But then she also has like that math brain where she like sits down and just like calculates like, okay, if it's this many stitches, then I need to have 5 rows of this. And this little ball of yarn will be enough to do that. I could never figure that out if my life depended on it. So, but I like how they look different because I'm excited to see how they progress. All right, so that's what we had for stitching tonight. So let's talk about giveaways, shall we? We did have a giveaway on our last video. So Erin, do you have that one?
I have it.
No,
Okay.
Jodi has them, and the winner is Raggedy Jean 1770.
Awesome.
Send me your address.
And that one was the the drink
Madame
one.
Chantilly, the drink ones.
Madame Chantilly is a classic. Just prepared. They're big. And I know she is somebody that stitches my kittens. So this is like the opposite of those.
It'll be a nice break from the little pattern. She can stitch a big pattern and then go back to the little ones. All right, so then we have 2 giveaways actually for tonight. Just a reminder on giveaways, don't say giveaway in your comment. We're going to give you 2 words. You can use one word or both words in your comment down below, and we will randomly pick a winner on our next video. So just make sure that the words that we say are in your comment. Please be over 18, and it is open to international viewers as well. So the first one we have, Jodi, is
I have 2 hands-on design block parties. One is Mend and the other one is Meow. And the Meow one comes with the little push pins.
So cute.
So you can say block.
All right, block is our word. Okay, and then I want to pass the stash on my Tiny Town ones. So I have the Halloween Tiny Town and the Frosty Town Tiny Town. So with this, because people have commented so much about this Be Stitch Me fabric, I'm actually going to send along with the winner with those patterns a piece that will be big enough, regardless, it's a 40 count, so it's going to be 40 count. So you will have a piece big enough that you can stitch. I'm going to send you this chunk right here of this Be Stitch Me fabric. So you can use it for something else if you don't want to use it for this, but you'll get it regardless. But if you want to make a tiny town like mine, I'll give you the fabric for it. So for that one, just say town. So block and town. Make sure you can say one or both of those, and we'll pick the winner randomly on our next video. We do plan on trying to have another video out in March before the retreat. It is retreat season, so we are getting a little bit busy, but we do want to make sure we get one more video out before the retreat happens. We also chose not to do March Madness this year, just because of how things are falling with schedules. And then obviously I have some travel coming up in March. We're all pretty busy right now. and getting ready for the retreat. So if you want to do March Madness on your own, you still very well can. We can post the bracket if you wanted to do it, or you can go back and grab a copy from years past, but we have just a blank bracket that we're happy to post
on our Instagram. There's always a link for it there.
Yeah, on Instagram. So that's perfect. So if you want to do it for March, we would still love to see you guys post. If you wanted to participate, just tag us and we'd love to go out and vote on your choices for March Madness if you enjoyed that in years past. So we're bummed that we can't participate this year, but just not in the cards. So hopefully we can do it again next year. But for those of you who want to do it, we'll provide the bracket. Okay, that's all we have for tonight. Anyone else have any other updates for anyone?
So excited.
And Hello April goes on sale on Saturday, March 1st.
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay. And Hat Project is still up on Jodi's page, plus fabric, plus other designs, not
I'm
just.
probably going to shut my website down in about a week and a half just so that I can get ready for retreat fabric dyeing.
Okay. So that's
if you're coming to the retreat, get hyped because there's going to be some very beautiful stuff there.
Yes. So if you want to get in on the Hat Project, though, for February, there's still time to do that. Just do it this week. Okay, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks all for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. We love you all. Bye.